Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Introduction to Computer Applications at Ozarka College. This morning what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of feedback on the PowerPoint Module 1 activities that I finished grading yesterday. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about PowerPoint Module 2 activities that we have coming up due towards the end of this week. All right. So the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the PowerPoint Module 1 activities yesterday. If you haven't already gone in and looked at your grades for those activities and read the corresponding grading comments, go ahead and do that as soon as you can. And let me know if you have any questions at all. Most of you did well on those activities. There were a few common errors that I'll talk about in just a minute. Like I said, most of you are doing well on the assignment, so keep up the good work. We just have really a few weeks left in the semester, so just keep doing well, and you'll be great. All right. Let's see. There were a few kind of common errors on the assignments that I'd like to talk about very briefly here. The first thing is, some of you are not spending enough time proofreading your slides. You're not checking your slides for accuracy. Always make sure that once you create all the slides in your slideshow for a particular assignment, check each one of those and compare them with the examples shown in the textbook. It shows you on each assignment what each slide should look like. So most of you are doing fine with that. Most of you are checking and making necessary adjustments, but there are a few of you that need to do that and spend a little bit more time on that. All right. The other thing is, a few of you had problems sizing and positioning the pictures correctly. And of course, on a PowerPoint presentation, you're going to have several pictures that are designed to enhance the presentation. And on all the PowerPoint assignments that we'll do for this class, there will be several pictures. In fact, the last module that we'll do will actually have you insert some videos as well. And so it's important to make sure that whatever size it tells you to use for a particular picture, whatever dimensions to resize it to, height and width. Check the height and width boxes in the sizing area of the format picture tab sheet on the ribbon. Make sure that the correct height and width is selected. Some of you are getting close to that, but you're not double checking to make sure it's accurate. Okay, so just make sure that you check that. That's something fairly easy to check. The other thing is, some of you are forgetting to use the smart guides to properly position the pictures. Some of you are just kind of moving it to kind of close to where you think it should be according to the picture or the example. But remember, on some of the assignment instructions, for some of the assignments, it's going to give you specific smart guide locations as far as horizontally and vertically on your slide as it pertains or in relation to other objects on the slide. And so just make sure that you use those smart guides correctly to position the pictures on the slides. All right. So those are just a few things. Like I said, most of you did really well on the Module 1 assignments, but there were a few of you that probably need to just spend a little bit more time making sure that you have everything correct. All right. So that brings us to what we've got coming up due next. So if we go to the activities page in my Ozarka, right now we are on kind of the first part of week 13 of the semester. And we have our next set of activities for PowerPoint Module 2 due by Saturday of this week, which is April 19th. Now, keep in mind that this Saturday is the day before Easter, so I would caution you not to wait until Saturday to get started on these activities. Go ahead and be working on them now. Get them done so that you don't have to worry about it this weekend. Especially if you want, I'm sure you're going to have other things going on Easter weekend. And so, like I said, I would not wait until Saturday. Go ahead and be working on them now. And that way, if you want your weekend free, you can do that if you want. Okay? So I would definitely, if you haven't already started on those activities, get started on them today and let me know if you have any questions. Okay? In PowerPoint Module 2, you're going to be learning a lot more formatting than what we looked at in Module 1. You're going to be doing, for example, some transition effects on your slides. You're going to be adding some shapes, moving the shapes, resizing the shapes and pictures, other objects on your slides. So you're going to get quite a bit of formatting practice in PowerPoint Module 2. Now, also keep in mind that the PowerPoint Module 2 activities are going to take a little bit longer than what the Module 1 activities did. Because Module 1 was just kind of introducing you to PowerPoint. Whereas in Module 2, we're going to kind of take what we've learned from Module 1 and expand on that quite a bit. So just make sure give yourself enough time to complete those activities. All right? So you've got the PowerPoint Module 2, Assignment 1, 2, and 3, and the objective test all due by Saturday, April 19th. All right? Now keep in mind, remember that you have on the Assignment 1 page, you have videos basically here that I posted that where I take you step by step through the creation of the slides and of the presentation and all the formatting. So if you are kind of struggling with following along with the textbook, watch those demonstration videos to help guide you through the process of creating the presentation for Assignment 1. And then once you do Assignment 1, you can kind of use that same the knowledge and skill that you've learned from Module 1 and use that to create the Assignments 2 and 3, because they're going to be very similar to what you did in Assignment 1. Okay? Remember that all the pictures that you need for each assignment are listed under additional resources. Okay? All the pictures that you need are there, and just make sure that you carefully read the instructions that I provided here, especially with the some of the terminology that is used on, for example, the theme for the presentation that they have you create in Assignment 1. The key words that you have to type in to find that particular theme are a little bit different than what they were when the book was published. So I've given you instructions about that here in the assignment instructions. So just make sure that you're carefully reading through the instructions, all right, and using those videos, those demonstration videos. All right, let's go back to activities here. So, and then also, as you're working on the PowerPoint Module 2 assignments, if you run into any problems or if you have a question, just use that PowerPoint Module 2 help discussion item right here to ask your question. And that way, when I answer your question, other students in the class will be able to see that, and it may help other students that have similar questions. Okay? And that's really all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of your week and your Easter weekend, and I will talk to you again sometime early next week. Thank you.